Hello, my name is Topay, and welcome to this short documentary on just noticeable difference in retail. However, how can we talk about just noticeable difference without talking about this man, Ernst Weber? According to the editors of Encyclopedia Britannica, Ernst Heinrich Weber, born on June 24th of 1795, was a German anatomist and physiologist who had done studies on the sense of touch. He first introduced Weber's law back in 1834, which gave birth to the concept of just noticeable difference, the smallest difference perceivable between two similar stimuli. To understand Weber's law better, there are two concepts that must be introduced, absolute threshold and difference threshold. Simply put, absolute threshold is the point where something becomes detectable to our senses, and difference threshold is the amount of change required for something to go from being undetectable to being detectable to our senses, according to Dr. Christopher Hefner's article on sensation. Keeping all of these in mind, here's an example to better understand Weber's law and just noticeable difference. If someone is holding a 5-pound weight and one more pound was added, the person would be able to notice the difference, for sure. However, if the same person was holding a 50-pound weight and one more pound was added to that, it is very unlikely that the person would notice the difference. Now, how does that apply to retail exactly? Let's start off with the company logos, British Petrol or BP to be exact. In 2000, BP unveiled their new greener logo, replacing the green shield with a green, white, and yellow sunflower. According to Ayman Sarhan's blog post on just noticeable difference, the move cost £4.5 million in brand research with tens of millions of dollars to be spent supporting the change. In addition to this, environmentalists accuse the firm of spending more on the logo than on the renewable energy programs. The logo was further criticized after the Deepwater Horizon crisis in the Gulf of Mexico in 2010, as environmentalists urged people to rebrand the eco-friendly logo. This led to images such as these ones. BP is not the only example for logo changes, however. It has been done by many companies, although most of them did not backfire like BP's did. Let's look at Pepsi, for example. Their logo has changed drastically over the years, however they did it over an extended period of time, making it less noticeable or just noticeable. Another area that is affected by just noticeable difference is discounts and sales. There are certain limits to discounts that make them noticeable and non-noticeable, depending on the absolute threshold mentioned before. For example, let's think of a customer walking around the mall minding their own business. They look at a store window and see a whopping 5% discount. Jokes aside, there's a chance that they wouldn't even notice the discount, and even if they did, they wouldn't bother going into the store due to the discount, and wouldn't have second thoughts about it later. However, what if there was a 50% sale in that store? Now that would definitely attract the customer, enough to make them look inside, even if they aren't familiar with the products themselves. This is because 50% off is above the absolute threshold, and 5% is not. However, this doesn't mean that it has to be an amount as high as 50%. The absolute threshold could be closer to 20%, so it could still attract customers with a discount at that amount, and without damaging the business in the long run by not going overboard with the discount. This leads us to our final point in just noticeable difference in retail, the product itself. Now ask yourself this, has this ever happened to you? Well, if you buy potato chips at all, then it probably has. Let's take a look at the company Cadbury, for example. Cadbury is a chocolate company, and they sell chocolate blocks called Dairy and Milk. Now, Cadbury's chocolate blocks used to be 250 grams in 2009. Later, this amount was actually reduced to 200 grams without any price change. However, this doesn't end there, as they actually increased the price by 20 cents in 2012. How did the customers react? They didn't show much care, since all of these were done discreetly, keeping it close to the absolute threshold. However, later, in 2013, the company announced that they would increase the amount to 220 grams without any change in price. And this time the customers loved it. Why? Because this time they actually announced a change in the product, as it was a positive change for the customers, one that would better the perceived value of the product itself. Thank you for watching this short documentary. Keep your eyes open for just noticeable differences, and spend safely this Christmas.